If you've ever had an argument that just ballooned and then kind of exploded into something bigger and you're like, how did we get here? This one principle can save you immense pain and help you get quickly to connection and a solve for whatever the disagreement is. I literally had an opportunity to experience this firsthand just a couple months ago. My wife and I had planned a holiday. We were going to be away for 2 weeks and we're like 3 days from leaving. I felt this big urge, this big a desire to give back. There was some volunteer work that I wanted to do. I hadn't actually taken the kids to do volunteer work in a while. And so my wife and I were brushing our teeth. I said, hey, tomorrow, maybe we take the afternoon and we go do this volunteer thing. We bring our clothes and toys and extra things and we go drop them off at this shelter. My wife, God bless her, she's got a huge heart. She's normally always up for volunteering and doing these things. She was like, no. She was like, no way. And in fact, she kind of was starting to get flooded. There's this principle that when you're fighting, your body releases adrenaline, your prefrontal cortex shuts down, which is the area where we're problem solving because our body goes into fight or flight. And I could see her start to tear up because she is so overwhelmed with the packing and the planning and all the things that we're doing. And she's like, no way. She's like, just a complete no. But I also feel this strong urge to go. So what do you do in a relationship where you got both partners having a strong emotional response that's in opposition? Here is a principle that has transformed my life. And it is to look for what is the underlying need that's not being met. Because there's a difference between needs that are the underlying real core that's driving the emotion and then a strategy to solve the need, right? And so one of my needs was to feel like I'm contributing and making a difference. And that had been on my heart for a while in this particular way of donating and giving. I knew that my need for that, the strategy of tomorrow, let's take half the day and go do this, I was attached to the strategy, but there was more than one way to actually meet that need. But I also, in that moment, thought, okay, instead of me pushing my agenda on her, let me ask her, what's the deeper need here? I said, hey, I'm noticing there's a strong emotional response to this. What's the deeper need that you have right now that you're really wanting to be met? And she was like, honestly, I just want to feel safe and know that it's all covered and that when we go on our vacation, we've got everything. Like, I want to feel settled. I want to be packed. I want to be ready to go. And because we were going on a winter trip with snowboards and all kinds of gear, if we were fully ready and the car was loaded, would you feel at peace enough to support this process? And she was like, yeah, I would. And so what was so beautiful is I said, okay, well, actually, I can make that happen. I can get up early tomorrow and I can have us all packed in 2 or 3 hours. So I got up early the next morning. We packed the stuff. It was all ready, all loaded. We were able to do that and then grab the kids and go have this beautiful, beautiful contribution experience where we were able to take these materials over to the individuals knowing that their life is different because we showed up that day. And so I was able to have my needs met around this feeling of contribution. She was able to have the need of feeling safe met, and we were able to find our way through that clunky moment of disconnect, which is often the case when we're feeling at odds with one another. It's not because there's not a solution. It's often because the strategy we're using to meet our need is just in conflict with the other strategy. And if we open our minds to know that there are more than one way to meet the need, we could adjust the timing, we could adjust the approach, we could try something different that both people can have their needs met. But it starts with the phrase, tell me more. What's going on for you? What's the deeper need that you're really wanting met right now that would help you feel better in this situation? And it gives the person the ability to relax. It allows their prefrontal cortex to open up. They move out of fight or flight. They release some of the adrenaline in their body, and they can actually problem solve with you instead of both of us digging in our heels and coming from our own positions and trying to meet our own needs. When we seek to meet the other person's needs and discover what those are, it is a world of difference. So try this out next time you're in an argument. Instead of immediately going to why your position matters to you and why it needs to be done your way, pause and ask the person to tell you more. And what is it that's really important to them about that particular situation? What need are they wanting to try to meet by their particular approach and see if there's a way that the two of you can come together. What I would love to hear from you is what ideas, strategies have really helped you when you're in an argument with someone to diffuse the energy and bring it back to connection? Because that's what this channel is all about. Increasing love in the world, increasing our capacity to give and receive love. I appreciate you. Here's to your expansive, amazing love life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.